Hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to the Great Big Card Swap November 2021 Showcase Part 2, Part 1. This is going to be a two-part Part 2, so I'm going to call it Part A and Part B. I have 75 Christmas cards to share with you today. However, I do not have enough time to share them all. I ran out of time today, and now I'm headed off to a basketball playoff game, so I've got about 20 minutes, and I'm going to share as much as I can in 20 minutes, and please tune in for Part B of the other 75 cards tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm so sorry I'm not able to get them all in the same video, but I cannot wait to share all these cards with you. If you're new to the Great Big Card Swap, this is how it works. You send in a card, you get to see them all, and then you get one back. It's really that simple. You can send your cards to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. The theme for December, and if you're sending cards right now, they will be for December since December starts tomorrow. The theme for December is winter. So snowflakes, peaceful cabins, snowmen, all kinds of winter themes. I'm sure you guys are going to come up with some amazing cards. If you'd like to work ahead, the theme for January will be love. That could be Valentine's Day or wedding or anniversary. So the theme for January is love. The theme for December is winter. If you're sending ahead for January, please mark your envelope January so I know to hold it until then. But let's go ahead and dive right in. The theme for November was Christmas. And so tonight I have 75 Christmas cards to share with you, but we won't get them all tonight. We're just going to see how much we can do in about 20 minutes. And then the rest will be for tomorrow. So I try to organize the cards a little bit because they're from all different people. We have just an assortment of stamps. And a question I get a lot is, do you have to use Stampin' Up! Stamps? You don't. You can use whatever you'd like. You can use current Stampin' Up!, retired Stampin' Up!, not Stampin' Up!. Doesn't matter. I just want you to send in your beautiful cards. And I always enjoy sharing them so much. So we're going to start with Christmas cards that have trees. That's how I grouped this first batch. And the first several use the Perfectly Plaid, I think is the name of the stamp set. It has a coordinating pine tree punch. And this one has several layers, so you can kind of puff that out. This beautiful card is from, I have it right here, Doreen Sanders. Yes, Doreen. I love how you decorated your envelope too. Usually I say don't include an envelope. It's easier for me if we just have, if I provide the envelopes and they're all uniform. So when you're sending your Great Big Card Swap, the only thing that you need to make sure that you include is a postage stamp, a return postage stamp, so that I can make sure to send your card back. Now, if you have extra bumps or an extra bulky card, if you could send multiple stamps or a non-machinable stamp, I just took the Part 1 November swaps to the post office today, and a good number of them needed a non-machinable stamp. So it's a process of weighing them and making sure they're not too bumpy. So you want to make sure that you are including the right kind of postage to send your card on. Anyway, love this card from Doreen. Beautiful. I just love that plaid Tidings designer paper. The next card uses that same plaid paper. This is a retired plaid paper. This one is from Tahira Blunt. Oh, Tahira, I'm so sorry. I really struggle. I want to make sure I say your name correctly. And if I don't say your name correctly, please, when you send in your cards, just include like a little pronunciation key on the back of your card or inside your card so I know how to say your name and I can say it correctly. This is her first time participating. Love this beautiful card with that Perfectly Plaid stamp set and the coordinating pine tree punch and that plaid paper as well. Oh my goodness. Here's another one. Molly Burkett sent this one using the Perfectly Plaid stamp set and blinging it up. Oh my goodness. I love this glittery gold with the pink background. It is the most wonderful time of year. And I want to know, do you guys have your Christmas tree up? I wanted to put it up over the weekend, but we just didn't have any time. So ours still is not up, but I hope to get it up very soon. Next Christmas tree card is from Debbie Lindauer, and she also used the same stamp set in combination with the Tidings of Christmas designer paper for this classic red and green combination, evening evergreen, and then the red rhinestones are so perfect to adorn the tree. Love that card, Debbie. Oh my gosh, this one is from Janice Torgerson, and she used an old stamp set. I recognized it, and she gave me the year even. Scandinavian Season is the name of that stamp set from 2008, along with Many Merry Messages from 2006, and a roller wheel. Do you guys remember those wheels? Stampin' round wheels, we used to call them. Love the embossing here, and I love the combination of this brocade blue with the ruby red for Christmas. Oh yeah, I know these colors. They're old, but they're just so classic. Beautiful card, Janice. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, how many of you have Lovely as a Tree? That's where this stamp came from. Lovely as a Tree was one of my very first stamp sets. I got it in my starter kit 19 years ago, and it retired only just a couple years ago. So this is a pretty recent stamp set, and the longest selling stamp set that Stampin' has ever had. This is also one from Janice Torgerson, and do you see how she's stamped on the ribbon? Oh my gosh, that's such a clever way to customize the ribbon. I love that so much, Janice. And I love all the sparkles on your tree. Such a fun card. Here's a grouping of trees. This one is by Melly Turner. Hopefully I got that right, Melly. The tree is from the Whimsical Tree, the Christmas tree dies, I think is what they're called. It's part of the Whimsical Tree bundle. And I just love how these white die cuts pop against the green. So classic, so Christmas. And then we've got the wonderful gems in there too with the red. Here's a card from Melissa Perry. Oh my gosh, you guys. Are you ready for this? Let me see. Melissa, she said she cased this design from Pinterest. No crafter listed. Oh, and we'll have to see if Melissa can share the measurements, because you guys, check this out. What? This is so amazing. This is like I don't know. It's like a pop-up, but also like a reverse pop-up. It's so fun. I love how you use the heart for the star at the top of the tree, and holy smokes, I gotta learn how to make this card. Melissa, thank you so much for sharing this awesome card. We've got some different designer paper in here from a couple different paper packs, and I just love little red stars on the tree. So much fun. Oh my gosh. I love it so much, Melissa. Thank you so much for sharing that fun fold. This one is from Judy Howard, and I love these skinny little trees from the Expressions in Ink designer paper, plus the little deckled edge down here. Really clean and simple. They pop against the white. I think it's just so classic and so beautiful. Judy, thank you so much. I love this paper for Christmas. Like, that is just so clever, and I'm going to have to remember that and totally case this one with the tall, skinny trees. You guys knocked it out of the park with Christmas trees. Check out this card. This one is from Pat Nemo, and I think, yep. Okay, to open this correctly, I have to pop out both layers. So we have a normal card base folded in half, and then this little piece that kind of bridges over without a fold, so it's round. This is a quarter fold card, and then another little pop-up piece in the center. Wow, wow, wow. That one is so beautiful, and a little fox. He's from the Peaceful Cabin stamp set. I still haven't used the little fox, but it has a little die cut too, and I thought that was so clever. Pat, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful card. I know someone is really going to be so excited to receive it in the mail. Here's one from Rosemary McDougall. I love this Peaceful Christmas designer paper. It was in the celebration brochure last time in August and September, so it was just retired, this paper, and I love this classic green with the scallop circles for Christmas. Clean and simple. Oh my gosh, just the way I love it for Christmas. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for sending that in. Next card is from Pat Stewart, and I have to take a second look at this red and gold foil, because I kind of just like brushed it off, but holy cow, this looks so good. This is the Evergreen embossing folder done on the green foil cardstock, and then a little bit of, I think that's retired designer paper in the background there, maybe the poinsettia paper. Oh, wow. I really need to get out my foil cardstock, Pat. Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful card and this wonderful idea. I'm definitely going to case that. Another one from Pat. This is a little pocket card. So we pull this out for the sentiment. Christmas begins with Christ. Oh, I love that. And then this is actually a treat bag folded in half. So that's the top of the treat bag. This is the bottom of the treat bag. And so when you fold it up, you've got a place to put your note. And then another pocket here where you can put a gift card or a treat or some other kind of card or message in there. And then the designer paper wraps around to kind of keep it all contained and together. Oh, another awesome card, Pat. Thank you so much for sharing this one. Next up is a card from Kathy Bradley using the Whimsical Trees stamp set. I love this Misty Moonlight designer paper. And then the postage stamp punch with the trees. This actually looks really similar to some of the elements I used in one of my whimsical tree card kits. So Kathy, I love your take on that, and those blue trees are just so awesome. Thank you so much for sending your cards in for the Great Big Card Swap. Carol Alanis sent this one using the Peaceful Place designer paper and then some die cuts from In the Pines. Wishing you joy, love, joy, and happiness this coming year. Merry Christmas. Oh, such a good card. And I love the Let It Snow and the detailed die cut there. So pretty. I wonder if that one was supposed to be for, nope, it says Merry Christmas. I was going to say, I wonder if it was supposed to be for the winter swap. It definitely would fit with the peaceful prints, that trees and the snowflakes. Let it snow is a sentiment that is going to be perfect for winter cards. This one comes from Winnie Ankerbrandt, and Winnie is 99 years young. She used her Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit to make this card with the pieces that came in there. And I love this little rickrack trim at the top and the little embossed trees. Can you see she embossed in white on them? I love that added texture of freshly fallen snow. Such an awesome card, Winnie. Thank you so much for sending your cards in. I think there's another one in the box from you as well, and I was so excited to see your card and participating for the first time in the Great Big Card Swap. This one, oh no, this one doesn't have a name. I just received it today, and there was no name inside, no note inside, and the return address had an address, but not a name. So I'm gonna look through my spreadsheet and see if I can match up the name, or match up the address with a name, but I love the use of this designer paper. This is one that just retired. It was in the catalog last year and the year before, and it has silver on one side and then these photographic images on the other. And this is such a great way to break up a big piece of designer paper with a big scene, is just to cut it into panels. So what a clever idea and a clean and simple card. Thank you, Stamper, for sending this one. If this is your card, leave a comment. I'm so sorry I can't give you credit. Next time, make sure you put your name at least on the inside, if not on the envelope, so that I know who sent it. Okay, next set of cards is cards using, oh my gosh, this is so fun. One of my favorite paper packs in the mini catalog right now, the July through December mini catalog, includes the paper called Gingerbread and Peppermint. And so we have some fun cards that use that paper. This one actually doesn't use Gingerbread and Peppermint. This is from a different retired paper from last year, but I stuck it in there because it had the same kind of stripes and colors. This one is from Carrie Koss. I love how it looks like a big present. Like and these one like big bow on the top. So much fun. This would be a good one to put a little gift card inside too, because it looks like a gift just as it is. Such an awesome card, Carrie. Thank you so much for sharing that. Here's one. Oh my gosh, this is really fun. This is by Amy Peacock, a first-time stamper. Love the tag inside and the designer paper. A little note, I was just making sure it wasn't for me. And she's using the candy cane background stamp and embossing it in white on red. Oh my gosh, I love the way that looks. And then we've got the pop of black with the beautifully colored Santa Claus, and then some shimmery crystal effects on his belt and the leather boots and gloves, and a little bit over. Oh my gosh, oh, all the detail and the coloring, it's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Amy, thank you so much for sending that in. Here's another one with the Holly Jolly Santa. Such a cute one. This one is by Carrie Koss, and check out this inside. What? This has a strip of cardstock that goes all the way across, folded into quarters, and then die cut labels that are on each of those pieces. So it kind of has this pop-up. Really easy way to do a fun little pop-up. Carrie, thank you so much for this fun card with all these Santas. Oh my gosh. I used this stamp set recently to create a card, and now I'm kind of in love with it. These Santas are just so, so cute. Thank you for sending that in. Oh, are you guys ready for another fun fold? This box of cards, you guys knocked it out of the park. There are so many amazing, amazing cards, and this one is one of them from Kimberly Barbish. Oh my gosh, look at that. This is like 2 cards hooked together. So 2 cards hooked together, like right here. You can kind of see the fold. And then there's this other piece that bridges them. So it's like a double card. Look at that fun fold. I'm going to have to figure this one out. This is so cool. Let me see. Oh, she's got the measurements here. So I will give a little pause. So if you want to do a screen grab for the instructions here, I'll let you do a screenshot. Wow, 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 Kimberly, you outdid yourself. What an amazing card. Definitely going to set this one aside so I can check out those measurements myself. Oh, wow, here's some more cards using the Gingerbread and Peppermint. I do love this paper. And both of these, this card and this one, both use little pieces that are part of the paper. So you can die cut or hand fussy cut these images from the designer paper and create amazing cards with just that paper pack and not needing a whole lot more. This card is from Maya Galentine. Oh, I love the little peek of designer paper on the inside too. So, so clever. And this little strip is from one side where we have some of these other images to cut out. So I love that you saved that and used it inside, Maya. Very clever. I love how you incorporated to the snowflake behind the label. Awesome. Do you recognize this one? This is by Myrtle Thorne, and she used a layout from my October, the World Card Making Day video. I did a video, the Pick 6 Wonder template that Stampin' Up! DDM's created, and I used the Gingerbread and Peppermint designer paper to create cards. So this is one of those designs, Myrtle, and it is one of my favorite designs from that card class. I will include the link in the video description. If you haven't seen the Gingerbread and Peppermint Pick 6 Wonder template, then check that out in the video description so you can see more cards like this one using other card layouts and the same designer paper. Here's a card from Nancy Shower, and she uses the same bundle, this frosted gingerbread, but she kind of mixed up the colors. Instead of using Old Olive and Real Red, she's using Evening Evergreen and Cherry Cobbler. And I love both combinations, are so perfect for Christmas. This is kind of a little fun flap card, a double flap card. So we've got the flap that opens here and then one here. She says she saw this card on Barb's Stamps, and I've made similar cards too where you just have 2 flaps. So we've got a little mini green card, and then the front flap folds up like this. So it kind of has a fun layer like that, and she's got a gift card spot right there. This card is so perfect and so fun to send with a little gift inside. Nancy, thank you so much for sharing that fun card. We have time for just a couple more cards, and I think we're going into our random cards. So these don't have a theme. They're just kind of, you know, like I said, random. I tried to sort by theme, and sometimes there were just cards that didn't fit into anything, like this amazing Grinch card. What? Molly Burkett sent this card and did some fancy, I would call it punch art, but it's not always punch, and I think she did a lot of hand cutting here. How fun is this Grinch? Oh my gosh, I love his smile and his devious eyebrows. This is such a fun card, Molly. Thank you so much. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little more. Oh, and that's from the Grinch movie. movie. Molly, thank you so much also for sending me an extra of this card. The kids thought it was so much fun, and I was really excited to have another. This card from Amber Hatfield has a clear envelope with a window sheet and some shaker elements. What a fun card. This idea came from Patty Bennett, and I shared a version of it recently in a Sunday stamping video. So check out the video description for a link to my video so you can see how to make the clear envelope front shaker card. Amber, thank you so much for sharing this. The sequins for everything with the green and the red and the white are so festive and fun. I know someone is going to be so excited to get this fun card. Thank you so much for sending it in. Oh, here's another fun fold. This one is from Melissa Perry, and this one has, you open it up and it turns into a diorama inside. I haven't made a card like this in a long time, but it's really not so difficult. It's kind of fun to make, and I'll include another link in the video description so you can check out my video tutorial from a few years ago and make a card like this yourself. Oh my gosh, I just love this. We've got such a fun scene here with the pine cones and the pines and the berries. Peaceful. It just left my head. What is this paper called? Painted Christmas. Painted Christmas. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite papers from the mini catalog. I love it. Here's another one. Pam Finley created this one using Delivering Cheer, a stamp set from the mini catalog, and the star-crossed embossing folder. So half the embossing folder is stars, and the other half is the squares. Really fun and a great way to add some texture to your card. Oh, look at that. I love this little poem to go inside your card. I didn't sign this card before I gave it to you, but it holds my warmest thoughts, invisible but true. If you find a time you need to brighten someone's day, then take this card and sign it and send it on its way. Pam, thank you for sharing your beautiful card. I love this stamp set. I've been eyeing it and I just haven't gotten it yet, but you're tempting me. Here's a card from Tori Strolley. This is a fun fold, and I shared one like this recently on November 4th for Dad's birthday. I made him one like this with a fun belly band. So you know what? I'm going to put this in the video description as well so you can check out my video. But here are the measurements. I'll just pause on that so you can do a screen grab. This card is from Tori Strolley. Tori, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful card with the Tidings of Christmas designer paper and the stamp set as well. These are from the annual catalog. I love the layering there. So beautiful. Okay, one more card and then I've got to get going to this basketball game. This card is from Sue Wozniak. She used similar colors here, so I had them next to each other. Different stamp sets though. So we've got the Soft Succulent, Evening Evergreen, and then Mary Merlot. Oh my goodness, such a beautiful card. This evergreen embossing folder, not evergreen, it has a different name with the pine needles. So beautiful. And then inside we've got some stamping too. May the beauty of the season bring you joy and warm memories to cherish throughout the year. Evergreen Elegance stamp set, older Sizzix embossing folder. She doesn't say the name. All right, that is it for tonight. This was the Great Big Card Swap, November 2021, Part 2, Part A. I still have so many more Christmas cards to share with you, and I just ran out of time. So tune in tomorrow night, December 1st at 7 p.m. for Part B of Part 2 of the Great Big Card Swap video showcase. I'm so sorry I couldn't get them all in tonight, but I know you are definitely going to want to come back and check out the other half tomorrow. If you haven't participated in the Great Big Card Swap, now's the time. Send your cards to Julie Davison, P.O. Box 6164, Champaign, Illinois 61826. Send a card, leave it blank, include a postage stamp. No need to worry about the envelope, and that's it. It is really that simple. You get to send a card, see them all, and get one back. All right, have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow for Part B of Part 2. Bye.